Okay, guys, welcome back to City Skylines, episode number 40. After a hiatus of a few days, I was out of town over the weekend, and I also did some stuff off camera trying to get the dams to fill up. This is it, episode 40, the end of Season 1, the end of this map. We've learned a lot in our time on this map, but it's time to move on. Maybe in about a week or so, I'll start a second map. And I've got some fun, cool things planned for that. But we've got to send off this map in proper style. However, I have some bad news for you. We had planned to delete all the dams and release all the water and have fun flooding everything. However, I've discovered some things about the water mechanics in the game which are going to make the flooding a little bit less dramatic than we had anticipated. Unfortunately. Okay, so it is maybe like 6 to 8, I'm not sure exactly how far, maybe 8 years in the future. The future of last episode. Look at all the oil trucks. And you might notice that the dam isn't quite full. And this little tree here has been my marker for some time. I would come and look at this tree just as a benchmark. So I would know how much the water levels had progressed, how close they were getting to it, when it would be submerged, when it would get drowned. And lo and behold, the water levels haven't moved in a long time. The reason for that is I can only surmise that the water source over here is at whatever this level is, and that's as high as that water source is ever going to get. It will not fill up beyond that, so once it got to here, let's turn the UI back on. You can see it's 2044, so it's been like 8 years, something like that, since last episode. There's no more arrows because the water's got nowhere to go. It's all the same level. So this has stopped filling up. It's less than half full. It never got full enough for the dams to start working. So the flood there is not going to be that impressive. And this one has been so slow, I'm not even sure that it's filling up. If it is, it's so slow. Like, it would take 10 bazillion million years. Now, I tried putting a dam here between these two mountain walls to try to, if we do this, we can see the arrows. See all these arrows? I was trying to push the flow of water back this way to increase the flow here, however I could. But when I did that, all the water here dried up. So I guess the source of water, you can even see the arrows are going a little bit to the left and a bit stronger to the right. The source of water for this mountain is right here. It must be acting like some sort of mountain spring. So this is like a source block of water if you're playing Minecraft. Infinite source of water. Yeah. So there's that. Unfortunately, the dams aren't going to be that impressive, but we'll do what we can. We have a population which has jumped up to 113,000. I spent quite a bit of time tinkering with traffic, and I've got a lot of the traffic sorted so that it is flowing. There's still quite heavy traffic, but it's flowing. It's not backed up. And while I was messing with that, and there were huge traffic jams, there was a death wave, which I guess happens periodically. When you build a big district like this and move everyone in at once, they all start at the same age, and then they all die all at once, which I think probably shouldn't be a thing. Like, if you create a district in the real world, in a city, the people moving in are going to be at a variety of different ages. They're not all just going to come in at the same age and die all at once. Our population is expanding. We do have some buildings becoming, like, abandoned, which I've just been coming in and deleting. This is just sort of like a cycle of the city, I guess, because of the death wave and the traffic jams. Property values plummeted. People got unhappy. There was also some trash issues and some fire issues, all related to the traffic backing up. So I've just been coming in and deleting the abandoned buildings, but our population is higher than ever, so I think it's still a positive sign. Still looks fairly dense. Oh, there's, I think I downloaded some more custom buildings. This has got to be broken textures. Maybe it didn't download properly. It's got to be using the textures for some random house for this skyscraper. I mean, look at this. There's a swimming pool on the roof, which just sort of sticks out in the midair for no reason, does nothing. Yeah, that's gotta be misplaced textures. Let's see, what is this guy? Oh, this is a indoor ski resort. That's right. There are some others that don't look quite right, but I assume they're okay. This one, I guess that's okay. Now, but this one right here, I can't tell if this one is messed up or not, because it doesn't look quite right either. It just doesn't quite look right, but maybe that's the way it's supposed to look. I'll have to go through my assets folder, which has gotten quite large. I'll have to go through and look at some of these. Some of them I don't quite think fit. Like this building sort of goes with like a science fiction theme. There are a number of science fiction-y, like StarCraft basic buildings that you could download if you wanted to have like a science fiction city. That would be kind of neat. You would probably need to find a map that looks like some StarCraft map, which would be a cool idea. But I haven't found one. Okay, so there's that. One of the things, there's two things I did to fix the traffic before we delete the dams. One, I rerouted some of the exits and entrances. So this big area here, this is two areas right here, which we built previously, and they both have individual specific ins and outs via the highway system. And you can see that with the flowers, or the color, crazy color trees coming in. So these guys here, this is the in and out highway system for down here, and you can see the underground exits going to the highway there. And then the in and out kind of comes here and goes to these roundabouts, and the outs are there and there and there and there. So people who want to go here were wanting to come, or people from here, this more northerly, or I guess it's easterly, the easterly section, wanted to go to the westerly section, so they had to go out to the highway system, and the exit used to be here, and they would have to get on the highway and immediately get off here to go into that that westerly section, and that was causing a lot of issues with merging. So what I did is I pulled that exit out. This is it, and I gave them an exit farther down for people that want to leave the city, the whole like map, and then the people who want to go to that area get routed through here. You can see there's a pretty decent amount of traffic coming through there. And they come all the way under here, and they get on right here on the left-hand side. And that has basically fixed the issues there. That's one thing I did. The other thing I did is I downloaded a mod, which I've been putting off getting because I wanted to not rely on it, but I think it's time to start using it, and that is Traffic++. Which gives you two things. One thing it does is it gives you a bunch of extra road options. These things that look like track paths on a track and field track thing. These are bus and emergency vehicle only roads. So emergency vehicles are like ambulances and cops. I'm not sure what else, but definitely those. So mostly just buses though. And so you could have like a bus only route. So these, I haven't set up bus routes in this city, because we're moving on anyway. But in the future, what I might do is have two areas not connected by normal roads, like this one, like this area, and give them footpaths in between them, give them metro in between them, give them train stations in between them, all that kind of stuff. And then route the car traffic through the highway system, but then we can connect the roads. I'm not going to do it here, but just as an example. Oh, that's slope to sleep. There. Okay, so we could have a bus route. Did the color change at a certain range? Ah, weird. The texture only loads at a certain distance, and then when you get closer, it pops in. Okay, whatever. But this is a bus route, so we can have, and pedestrians can walk along there as well. We could have bus routes going back and forth. That could be super handy if we separated like a residential area and an industrial area and a commercial area, and just gave them bus routes and metro, basically all the mass transit options, and force the cars onto the highways. I think that would be a good idea. So we've got those. They've got the pedestrian gravel path. There's a pedestrian road, which is like the pedestrian path, but it's bigger, and it creates intersections with crosswalks. What I have not done is downloaded the traffic manager mod, which turns traffic lights on and off. I don't have that one. This 6-lane road has bus routes on the side, which is also a pretty cool idea. So 4 lanes, normal cars, and then a bus on either side. And then I guess there's no buses on the one-way roads. Yeah, okay, so that, ooh, wow, crazy. It gives you that. That's one thing it does. The other thing it does is give you the option to modify how roads work. So with this button over here, you can do 2 things. One thing is, you can see we've got a pretty hefty amount of traffic on the roads. And cars are going to be getting off on the right-hand lane. One thing we could do is we could, if I can mouse over, I can select all these, the middle lane, and I guess the left lane, since there's no exits on that side. All right, how about let's just do this now, and let's only do the left lane, the very left lane. And it's kind of hard to, yeah, there we go, to get them all the time. I'm going to select all the left lanes. There, that's good. That goes out of the city. And we'll go across the bridge. Bam. Bam. And maybe just that much. Okay, so that's, and maybe one more. Okay, and then we're going to go to the speed, and you can see the default speed for highways is 100 kilometers an hour. And I'm going to say on the left lane, you can go 140 kilometers an hour. So anybody trying to route from like anywhere here to anywhere here, or in between, they will take the faster route and stay in the left-hand lane. People wanting to turn off won't go in that lane because they're going to be turning off. So hopefully that will help fill out the lanes. You can also determine what kind of cars are in the ones you have highlighted. So I could say no garbage trucks in the left-hand lane. That kind of thing. So that's a really useful way to sort traffic. And the other... buildings leveling up. The other useful thing you can do is you can change which lanes do what. So when you... Let's do where it actually splits. You can see here. You got a series of inputs and a series of outputs, and you can tell the intersection exactly which lanes do what. So I'm saying here, the right 2 lanes here are going to merge into the rightmost lane here. And then this very left lane and this right-hand lane are going to merge into the middle lane. And these 2 lanes here are going to merge into the left lane. So hopefully that helps with the sorting issues. Now people are still going to try to swap lanes all the time. And one of the things I realized is that every joint between the different sections of road counts basically like an intersection, and these little joints between the roads, those are the only spots that cars ever change lanes. So one thing you can do to keep them from doing that, if you want them to just go straight down the road and you want to limit where they can change lanes, you can just say, all right, no lane swapping there, just go straight down, do your lane swapping somewhere else. So I've done a variety of basically those things, tinkering with this system. You can see here I've told them, all right, I want you guys merging in a very specific manner, which I guess has helped because the traffic is flowing. But I also don't want people swapping lanes right before I tell them to do that, because that's going to just create, wow, that's loud. That's going to create more backed up traffic, so I've told them you cannot swap lanes for a significant distance before that intersection. Like, if you want to swap lanes back here, that's okay. but like all these little connectors, I said, you got to go straight. I did not do that here because it wasn't necessary. And I did it after the fact, too, because I'll try to swap lanes after. So this was a big problem area, and it is now fixed. You can see the traffic is still quite heavy, but it's flowing, which is the important thing. That's a traffic light. That's just like a momentary stopgap. There is still some heavy traffic all the way back here. And I think it's still partly due to the fact that the main city and this new part are so far apart. It's just creating a huge amount of traffic getting between the two. But I think we're on the right track. We're up to 115,000 people almost. Traffic's going well. let's look at a few other instances. Yeah, basically I want them compressing in a more efficient manner, and I think I've removed most of the problems. You can see I've told them here, all right, you better be in the lane you want to be in ahead of time. So when we get to this interchange area, I don't want no funny business. And you can see them following my orders to the law, to the limit, to the window, to the wall, whatever. Okay, so that all looks good. There's still traffic here. This traffic is merging nicely. Those ambulances is loud. And the interstate system is the only place I've really messed with that, because I just haven't really felt the need to tinker with some of these. Although you could tell them, all right, if you're going this way, you can only turn right. And if you want to turn left, you got to do that somewhere else. You could do that. And if you want to super micromanage everything, you might. But the traffic issues are mostly better. I've mostly abandoned this industrial area. And just the way the highway is laid out, it's just such a mess. I'm ready to start over with a better layout. Like this, for instance, is better, but not the best. We'll continue to improve. Okay, that's about I think all the updates we need to do. I think it's time to do this. So let's save it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and save it, and then it's paused. Wall of water. Okay, now we're gonna delete the dams. Yeah, you can see that water in all that time has only filled up that much, and all of these trees were just hiding underneath that dam. So let's kill them. Delete them to bits. But yeah, I think this flood is going to be a little bit underwhelming just because, wow, that's weird how that worked. They formed this weird checkerboard thing. Look at that. Okay, where else? Over here? Zoom out, here we go. So let's see how full this one got. Decently full, not too bad. That's also going to tank a lot of our power. But that's okay. And alright, let's just go the whole way. Why not? This one actually might be fine. These roads are going to get submerged. That's okay. This is just a temporary thing for fun. There's not a whole lot of water backed up there, so I don't think these houses might be in trouble, but oh well. Okay, is that all of them? I think so. Okay, here we go. Unpause. Zoom! Sound effects. What's it doing? Whoa. Power? Oh, we're out of power. Let's fix the power. I don't want people being upset because they don't have power. It's just because we don't have enough, huh? Okay, so let's add some solar down here. And let's see. We ran out of space with the road. So let's just, I don't think we'll be able to fit 2 in there, so let's just do this. Okay, power. This will probably do it. And there, some things might have been disconnected. Yeah, okay, because the networks the dams had created were linking up stuff. So let me do that. That'll connect all of this to this network here, which is connected up to our water treatment. I've also downloaded a whole bunch of custom assets for things like fire stations, police stations, hospitals, bus stations, all that kind of stuff. What are you connected to? This was the dam. Oh, the dam was connecting them. Okay. Okay. And then this was connected over to there. We just need to give these guys a power connection. Okay, Okay, there's that. These guys lost their power connection. There's that. Those guys don't need a power connection. They're basically generating their own. And then here, that dam was connecting things, but we've got an additional... Yeah, we've got a connection going around here. And that's connected to that. Okay, so everything should be plugged in again. These should all turn off in just a second. There we go. No? There we go. Okay. And they have just enough power. Can I fit one more over here? I suppose we could put it over with the garbage collection area. Or maybe not. There was space for one there, actually. But maybe I can put one there. Just so we can get through this. The water is acting very... I thought it would be a little bit more dramatic when it fell. Let's speed up the game. Huh, it's really sludgy. The water consistency... I mean, look at this. It's barely done anything. I've got the game on full speed and it's not doing anything. It doesn't know how to handle what I'm doing to it. And over here, this water is probably going to be pretty harmless and flow back down through here and out to there. And then periodically flooded will be periodically flooded again. I can only imagine. And then over here, yeah, this water is very slow as well. It's just going to go back down in here, and it's not going to affect anything, really, except to make this area a little bit more scenic once again. Yeah, that's a little bit underwhelming, but what are you going to do? That's the water mechanics that the game has. It wasn't built as a disaster simulator. But we can only do our best. This is like full speed, and it's really sludgy. Really slow. It will not affect that power line, I don't believe. It will affect those houses, but probably not in the cataclysmic manner we were perhaps hoping for. This road's going to get a bit flooded, which is going to impact our burial and trash services. But I plopped down all these things to deal with the death wave. We probably don't even need them anymore. Quite a few abandoned buildings, but the population is still positive. So maybe it's just distributing other places, or maybe it's focusing into higher density. That, I believe, is commercial. Yeah, it's commercial. Oh, and I don't have enough goods. In the future, I need to have better connection with my my specific industrial connecting up to my generic industrial connecting up to my commercial via trains and ships. The shipping routes for this map kind of suck, just by the nature of the way it's laid out. Until you get way out here on the edge, the only shipping route kind of stops right there. Next map I play on will have better shipping routes. Yeah, this flood is a little bit underwhelming. What are you going to do? Oh, we've got industrial demand. That's nice. It's been a long time. This is like some 1970s horror movie, and this is the monster taking over the land very slowly. It even looks like stop-motion animation a little bit, because it looks just like a big puddle of jelly that's very slowly like spreading. Here it comes to meet this. All right, great. This is coming back down. We'll have a nice waterfall there again. Maybe in a few years when it reaches all the way over. Oh, this got flooded. Oops. Oh, this is going to affect property values. No, maybe not. Property value is still okay, at least for the moment. But all that is getting flooded. Although it's probably going to become unflooded, most of it, because that was just the backed up water flowing across the shelf. But in the long term, it's all going to be routed around this edge here and down here. So this area will be flooded. The rest should probably be fine once it dries out. Once all this makes its way down, periodically flooded once again. Train lines underwater. Huh. Oh, well, there's... Everything here is burnt down because I never built fire in Suck, because it's supposed to suck. I guess Suck finally living up to its name when everything burnt down. And then this is slowly reaching there. Yep, okay, well, we tried. That's all you can say, is that we tried. All this got flooded. But I do have a backup, and I will restore it. This city... Oh, is this water evaporating right there? Huh. Okay, it's just a little bit left. Yep, alright, but I guess that about does it for this city. And in a week or so, something like that, I'll launch into a new city, and that series will go to every other day. And I'll start something else up as well. I don't know what yet, but... Oh, tree. Yep, this city's been a lot of fun, and it's been a good learning experience, but it's time to move on. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Here, let's turn the UI off. I hope you're looking forward to the series coming up. Leave your comments below, any feedback, ideas, that kind of thing. And we'll see you later. See you later. Bye-bye.